You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Queen Gaming. It's subbing me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Santa Lucia, Nate's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in. I'll save the Patreon stuff for the end of the video. Anyway, alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Anyway, have things been going well for you lately? Well, apart from the service trip, things have been going well enough. Then again, I wasn't too sure what to expect from USL, you know. I'm the same way, too. No one else in my family attended USL. Wrong voice for Nate. Well, any university in particular, really. Oh, you're the first one to go to college? Nate's reply is interrupted by the waiter bringing us our order. 1 turkey, pesto, and cream cheese sandwich. And here's your egg... Why are my waiters sound like they're fucking Alfred? Alright, it's gonna be a cute girl. How about that? And here's your egg and avocado sandwich. Have a good meal. We thank the... Oh, because he said waiter, not waitress. Whatever. We thank the waitress, and my eyes widen at the sight of my sandwich. Well, they certainly didn't skimp on the meat. There's so much stuff crammed between the slices of bread, it looks like it's about to burst. By comparison, Nate's already decent-sized sandwich looks puny. Are you gonna be alright with that? He punctuates his question with a light chuckle under his breath. Yeah, I think I'll manage. I almost feel like a gluttonous pig looking at that monster. I thought you were a vegetarian, by the way. Are eggs legal for that? Not me? Nah, I'm not a vegetarian. I just try to eat healthy enough that I'm able to get away with calorie bombs like this every now and then. Though, mine's a tad small, don't you think? A nervous chuckle betrays my embarrassment. Maybe it's just mine making yours look tiny. Maybe. Anyway, you were talking about your family, right? Nate finishes taking a bite of his sandwich, gulping it down before answering. I was saying I'm the first to go to college in my family. We live on a big orchard that my parents own on the other side of the valley. Valley? Oh, that's right. You're not from around here. You know that big swath of flat land that cuts from the top to almost the bottom of California? To be honest, I'm not well versed in Californian geography. Have you even looked at a map? I have, I never expected to spend much time in California, so I never studied it. Fair enough, I guess. Let's just say I'm from a good couple 100 miles away from here. My mother always wanted me to go to university. She wanted a son that was more than just another farm worker, I guess. I remember our first day here. Nate hid himself from his mother when he saw her. I don't think they have a very good relationship. I may not be studying what she wanted me to, but I think it's working out regardless. That's good to hear. I bite into my monster sandwich, its juices filling my mouth with greasy goodness. This is delicious. What about you, darling? Oh, well, USL was kind of a no-brainer choice for me. I'm not the most brilliant student, honestly. I sent applications everywhere, but for some reason USL is the only one that gave me an acceptance letter. I'm still confused by that to this day. So, you know, coffee time. Alright. Not too sure what they saw in me, but I was certain it was a mistake right up until I moved in. His ears droop as he frowns. Oh, Ben. You're too harsh on yourself. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons for USL to accept you. We're always our harshest critics. I smile back at Nate. Heh, thanks. He responds with a wide, toothy grin. The awkwardness now dispelled for good. Our chat continues at length over the rest of our dinner. Public speaking, huh? I had no idea you shared another class with Brian. How's that going for you? I assume you're acting on it, seeing how you're a drama major. Nate giggles at my assumption. You're not wrong. It's going quite well. Though, I'd argue that public speaking is harder for me than you think. I raise an eyebrow at his remark. Really? I figured it would be pretty easy, especially since you don't have to memorize lines and all. I can't imagine you'd be afraid of talking in front of a lot of people. You have to plan speeches too, you know. That's true. How do I put it? I'm not me when I'm on stage during a play. I'm whoever I need to be. When I'm giving a speech in front of a wide audience, it's just plain old me. No rule to hide under. So, kinda like stage fright? I guess you can put it that way. I can't help but let out a little chuckle. What's so funny? Well, I know you, and it's hard to imagine you being afraid to perform in front of anyone. You're such an outgoing guy. I figured you were immune to stage fright at this point. Nate swallows down another bite of his sandwich. Here's a secret. Everyone has stage fright. Even the most well-known actor you can think of. Really? Yuppers. Stage fright is a good thing. It's what keeps us grounded. And for me, it's what pushes me into my roles. There's no Nate on stage. That's wild. I've never done any theater, so I just assumed every actor was immune to it due to experience. I'm sure if you spend dozens of years acting, you won't feel it the same way a newbie does. But I don't think it ever truly goes away. How do you pull off public speaking, then? And that's my own personal secret. He sticks his tongue out at me playfully. Ha! No fair! What about Brian, then? How does he handle it? He scratches the back of his ear. I guess he's the exception to the rule. Brian doesn't have any shame, that's for sure. Yeah, I believe it. I wipe a bit of sauce off the side of my mouth with a tissue. How about you? Didn't you mention you're sharing a class with Carlos, too? Oh, yeah. We're taking Intro to Drawing together. And how's that going? I take a moment to ponder the question. Well, I'm nowhere near the best or anything like that. But I'm doing well enough, all things considered. Like, no. Coffee time. Not amazing, but not trash tier either. Perfectly mediocre, then. I nod my head and smile. I have to be in order to maintain balance in the universe. How about Carlos? That's quite an odd choice of class for him. Good question. He doesn't share his drawings with me, so I don't know for sure. Sounds like something he'd do, yeah. That being said, I think he's doing fine. From what I can tell, he's getting good enough grades on his assignments. I figure he's the kind to take offense at poor marks and will end up throwing himself into his studies. I guess he's got an artist's soul buried beneath his grumpiness. Maybe? We finish our respective sandwiches, with Nate being ahead of me by a large margin. I almost wasn't able to finish mine, but I managed to scarf it all down anyway at the last minute. Nate still had room for dessert, so he ordered a strawberry parfait that he insisted on sharing. Somehow, even though I was pretty full already, I managed to find room for it. It was tastier than I could have imagined. It's like they say, there's always room for dessert. We end up splitting the check, then make our way out to the gardens. I had a good time. What about you? I did too. I guess Karina really knows how to pick her places. That she does. Honestly, I had more than just a good time. I don't want this night to end just yet. An idea springs to my mind. Why don't we take a walk around the gardens? I could use it after that huge sandwich. Oh, how romantic. Are you trying to woo me, Ben? Crap, he's on to me. No, of course not. I'm just being, considerate and all. Nate giggles under his breath. I know, I'm just teasing you. That sounds lovely, actually. We head down a random path of the gardens, taking in the sights as we go. The hedges are decorated with bright, multicolored lights. It gives me the maze-like gardens an almost ethereal feel. Beyond the hedges, the sun begins its descent to the dark, painting the sky a warm purple. It's as if only this moment in time exists, just the two of us. Every turn we take and every new path we go down, something else grabs our attention. Sometimes it's a wildflower we've never seen, other times it's Nate recognizing a plant from back home. Maybe thanks to his country background, he knows a fair bit about the various greenery in the gardens. Whenever he jumps up and explains something, there's excitement in his voice. I can't help but smile. This is so nostalgic. Whenever he flashes me his toothy grin or lays a hand on my shoulder to draw my attention, I feel my heart flutter. Is he trying to woo me too? We end up losing an hour inside that maze. By the time we're out of the gardens, red hues color the sky. So coffee time. Nate and I make our way to the beach to watch the sunset. I can't remember which of us brought up the idea or if we both came up with it at the same time. It just seemed like the natural conclusion to our evening together. The beach isn't too far from the gardens, thankfully, and we managed to get here just in time. We weren't the only ones to have this idea, however. There usually isn't that many people here compared to daylight hours. But there's more than I hoped there would be. Several other groups are gathered here, counting up to about 2 dozen people. Most are just hanging out on the sand, taking full advantage of the perks of having a school so close to the beach. One group is pursuing the The cliche of half-naked, muscular men playing volleyball together, even at this late hour. The remaining few are using the last moments of sunlight to get in one final swim. Nate and I choose a spot further away from the others. It might not be just the two of us here, but with the mood being the way it is, it might as well be. The sun slowly disappears behind the horizon, setting the entire ocean on metaphorical fire. Its blazing flames reach the sky, burning the clouds a dark red. This is perfect. I can't take my eyes off Nate. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. It's true what they say. There's no sunset quite like a Californian sunset. For sure. He turns to face me with a grin. Earth to Ben. Oh, sorry. I'm paying attention, I swear. He laughs at my excuse. You're such a daydreamer. It's fine, I've gotten used to it by now. In fact, it's kinda cute. Being called cute by the guy I have a crush on is like pure electricity in my veins. A jolt of dopamine throughout my whole body. Nate turns to face the setting sun once more, and I do the same. The two of us, sitting here together. Isn't it romantic? Watching the sunset, just the two of us? I have to give it a shot. There won't be another chance as perfect ever again. It's now or never. My body is frozen. My mouth refuses to open. My heart won't stop beating, and my brain is screaming at every single one of my nerves to just do something. The worst he can do is say no. It takes more strength than I ever thought possible to string a sentence together. Would you like to go out with me? The words have barely left my mouth, and I'm already regretting giving voice to them. A second ago, it took all my strength to move a muscle. Now it takes every ounce of my being to stop myself from plugging Nate's ears in a vain attempt to block the words from reaching them. Nate doesn't reply immediately, but I can tell he's frozen like I was. He stares ahead into the unknown as the sun sets below into a watery grave. Finally, he breaks the silence after a few seconds that felt like an eternity. Of course I'd like to hang out again sometime. The worst he could say is no. But I didn't expect that answer. Did he hear me right? Is he pretending? Is that a soft no? I can't take a half answer. No, I mean, would you like to date me? I think this is probably the worst way anyone's ever put it. You fucking say yes! I think this is probably the worst way anyone's ever put it. I find you attractive, and I shut my mouth before another awkward word can stumble out of it. Nate's expression changes into one I can't recognize. Whatever he's thinking, there's no way for me to figure it out. Ah, God. What is this thing at the side of my eye? Get off my eye, you bastard! An eyelash. 1 second, no. Ah, fighting an eyelash, okay. For a few more agonizingly slow seconds, all I can do is wait. And then, almost as if nothing happened. I think I would like that very much, Ben. He flashes me the toothiest, most lovable grin I've ever seen. Elation doesn't begin to describe what I feel. Sweet! It's all I can think of saying at the moment. As the last red clouds disperse into the starry night sky, Nate rests his head on my shoulder. I have a feeling that everything's gonna be alright. September 21st, 2018. I close the door behind me and leave my shower supplies on the floor next to the closet. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Hey, looks like Ben finally asked Nate out. Yes! Thus the Nate run can officially begin. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!